In Winchendon, Massachusetts, also known as Toy Town, there is the Isaac Morse House, which is now a part of the Winchendon History and Cultural Center and is a vintage toy museum along with the old Seppi's ice cream parlor added to it. The house was built in 1790. Isaac Morse, who had influence in the town's business and public affairs, lived there with his wife and 10 children and 5 other children from his second wife before he died in the year 1860. Since then, this house had 2 tragic suicides. In the 1960s, a man had hung himself in the basement. In 1994, 31-year-old Alan, who was bisexual, received his second DUI, then went home, placing a shotgun in his mouth, blowing his head off. A couple of years ago, the majority of these toys were moved from the Murdoch and Whitney house over to this museum. The energy started to shift from one home to the other. The rocking horses have been known to start rocking back and forth on their own. Screams of bloody murder have been heard coming from the upstairs of this house when no one was around. The pictures have been known to fly off the wall. Paranormal investigators have captured a man hanging in the basement on a SLS camera that's used to show infrared dots arranged in a 3D formation. So once again, we will be teaming up with the group New England Haunted Adventures to investigate the Isaac Morse House.
Do you want me to hold that while you do that?
They just heard a whistle and this is going off right now.
Where's the Ouija board?
Oh, yeah, no.
The OG types.
I play that game right
It's going
there.
off again.
Like, these games.
TV so dark.
Yep, there it goes again.
Yo, this is the house. Is it?
I'm gonna try. Oh, see?
That's crazy.
Oh, dude, over there on here. Whoa.
This shit chills
Look
already.
at it.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Something is connected to these toys then.
Oh, shit. What?
I heard that.
Oh.
It sounds like me.
Nope.
So it's a train, you think? Is this your toy train?
I heard that.
I didn't. This is crazy.
No.
Nothing. Literally nothing. I'll go back over there. I think it's the train. I think you're right.
Is the train yours?
Yeah,
Sounds like a kid's voice.
but he was 31.
crazy.
That's crazy. Keep going off. Hold on.
It went off right there too.
And you heard a whistle.
Dude, that room over
Yeah,
there
and they,
is freezing.
you guys heard a whistle.
That front room is
Is it?
freezing.
All right, the temp on this says 71.
I wonder if it's possible if Georgie is here. Maybe he comes next door,
Could be, yeah.
from next door to play.
All the toys are over here.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
But this meter is doing nothing in this room. And it says the temp is 70. Oh, look at this creepy doll. Heather, you would love this.
Going right here.
Doll.
Is this over here?
Oh,
I'm
1907.
I wonder if you could say anything. Is that your toy train? You enjoy playing with it? I tell you what, I'm gonna walk away. I'll give you your privacy.
A lot too.
Here's a door right here.
He's like,
Nothing creepy in this room. Oh god, that's an ancient one.
Can somebody move one of the rocking horses?
No toilet seat. But I still fuck with it. Oh, the other side of the door. It's an ice.
Anyone here with us?
Why shotgun balconies? It's pretty dirty. Shotgun?
Al, are you here with us? Can you not pass on?
Did you die in here?
oh, yeah. So, no.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a no.
It's a no. I don't know. What room did you die in?
Yo! Look at this!
Oh, what's over there?
Oh,
Wow.
it still works! Ready?
My grandmother has
This room.
Can you type something?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, these are.
Can you tell us yes? What, show us what yes is. Okay, first of all, is there anyone in the room with us? Can you show us yes? Can you show us, okay. Can you show us no? Okay, so that's no. Okay. So, okay. So
So I
are
asked-
you Alan?
Oh. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Is
Can
this
you?
the room where you killed yourself?
Yes.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Which corner, which part of the room?
Can you point to where you shot yourself?
Was any shotgun? Over there?
On this couch?
So directly in front of me.
Can you stand where you died?
Did that just say go?
I thought it said hello.
Alan, we're here to visit with you and learn about you.
Stop.
Alan, are you happy right now? Are you happy?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's like a hard.
that's a hard no.
Are you in a better place?
That's a yeah. Yeah, he's in a better place. Okay.
Did you commit suicide because you're homosexual?
No, he's not saying no.
Alan, were you an alcoholic?
Yes, I think.
If you're here with us,
I'm trying to get a note.
point to Katie.
Oh.
There we go. Hi.
Are you upset that we're here?
Oh. Now I started spinning around like crazy.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
No.
No.
Are you happy we're here?
Gonna throw some empathy out there. Just like, could you imagine how like awful he must have felt like to do that to himself?
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
pretty
Depression,
significant.
everything.
Yeah.
How tore up inside and like
Yeah, he's
devastated. Like I myself have been wicked depressed, but never have I
Yeah.
done
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
You know?
Can I
Jen,
ask you a question?
he's saying
Yeah.
yes.
Were you bullied because you were homosexual? I'm just trying to understand why you shot yourself.
You're allowed to say.
Were your parents very close-minded to it?
I don't believe it.
Were you afraid of what your family would think?
That means no.
I don't think I probably would.
So
Did your
that's-
family know?
Right?
Yeah. His family know.
Did they give you shit for it?
My sister.
Thanks for talking
Right?
to us.
Oh yeah. Well, you.
Well, 24 fall.
Let me see.
The price went up, so we like $24.
Nothing,
What's
nothing
that?
else.
Would you like?
Nothing else is cheap here. It's only one scoop, $2.50.
Yes.
That's cheap.
What's that?
This reminds me of like the ice cream parlors down the Cape.
Yeah.
Oh, we got cameras. So what if I grab stuff? I'm like, did I pay you, or was it free, or?
One scoop, $2.50. Two scoops, $3.95.
Oh,
It's highway robbery.
Isn't it right here with your sneeze or hand?
When I was like evil. Yeah, I think so.
You okay?
Yeah.
So this meter just went off.
Did it?
Right here.
It smells really bad. Where is he?
I don't know. A different phone distance.
Ah. like it, but there's nothing there. Felt like I got bit by something, but there's nothing there.
You got it?
It's like, literally, like, here. Nothing, right?
You get scratches. Yeah. Yeah, you got 2 scratches here and 2 right there.
Stop it,
But not
really?
straight, and it's hot. Like,
Really?
Oh,
hot.
shit.
Yeah, I know, right? But it's like a handprint right there, like something smacked you.
Yeah, you got
Weird.
It's a hand mark. Like, there's the thumb and the fingers.
But like, it hurts. Like, it feels like I'm getting bit.
Yeah, you were slapped really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh wow, yeah.
is that right now or?
Yeah, like since I've been here.
Down here. And then there's another one right here.
Oh wow. Yeah, some got me, huh?
Did you slap her?
I wish I could
There it is.
say yes. There it is.
Oh.
Somebody's here.
That was really weird. Like, I felt like I was getting bit by something. Like a bug or something.
Wow.
Not like a human bite, but like a bug bite.
That's crazy, though, wow.
Tap these rugs twice.
Weird.
So we were downstairs in the dining room, and we heard one of these rock. It was like a thump. You could feel the
Yeah.
vibration from a rocket on the floor.
Like, definitely.
This
Please.
is above the room with the trains.
Yeah, so the rockets. So it's in here.
You literally don't have to do much to get that.
Right. It's so old that when you walk, the vibration makes things move.
Like, I'm.
The whole house?
Yeah.
Yeah, the.
So maybe somebody was walking and the vibration made one of these chairs move.
Someone's supposed to eye right here. It's kind of weird looking.
Because the only 3 people in the dining room was me, Dominic, and Jen. Everybody else was outside.
Weird looking. These horses.
One of these rocking horses move back and forth.
Hello?
Alan, was that you? Is anyone here? Can you make one of those rocking horses move?
I heard someone try to come through. Come on, come through.
It makes me wonder if the sound you guys heard was that.
Can y'all move the horses
That
again?
hatch in the other room.
You know what? I have an idea. Why don't I go downstairs, you guys walk around, and I'll try to hear
Okay.
what I can hear.
Yeah.
If I can hear the same thing.
Put it here.
Oh my god, the speaker's going off as I'm walking down the stairs. So I'm hearing them walking. That's about it. It sounded like the rocking horse moving back and forth.
Did you hear anything that sounded like it?
I just hear you guys moving. I don't hear like,
That sound.
yeah, this constantly moving back and forth. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you guys were walking, I could just hear footsteps. I couldn't hear the rocking horse moving back and forth.
Is that any favorite horse?
Did y'all see
Might have-
Tried to recreate it.
Yeah, which I'm trying to recreate it now. It might have been this. It ain't that one. It sounded kind of
I
wobbly.
bring you right there, hearing that.
this?
Yeah, that's good here. I'm trying to see something. Yeah,
All right, this one.
Nothing like that. I don't know, heater on it or something.
Because you can hear like the wobble.
Is this real here? Nah, I'm not.
Or it could have been this one.
Yeah, I was like that.
Yeah.
It was that one.
Yeah, it was that one. And she also said artwork was falling off the wall
Yeah.
going up those stairs. And actually on the landing of the stairs is when this meter went off.
You good?
You make one of those pictures fall off the wall? Since we're all leaving the house, and nobody's in the house, I'm gonna leave the recorder down, rolling. Okay, we're leaving. May God rest your soul. Okay, so we know that Georgie lived in the Murdoch and Whitney home and passed away at the age of 7. And one of the board members of the Winchendon Historical Society had stated that when she relocated most of the toys from that home over to the current home, the Isaac Morse house, that the energy started to shift. And well, we honestly believe that Georgie had followed the toys over to the current home, because that EMF meter kept going off near all the toys, and it especially kept going off constantly near the toy train, which would indicate that Georgie's presence is now in that home and he's attached to that train.
These games.
So it's a train, you think?
And a voice came through on the spirit box acknowledging a train. And Heather asked, "Is the train yours?" And a voice came through on the spirit box that said yeah, and honestly, it sounded like a young boy.
Is the train yours?
Now, when I went back and I reviewed the footage, there was a scene where Jen was holding the meter in her hand, and as she turned the corner over by the toy train, the meter started to go off. However, though, that's not all. The camera picked up on what looks like an orb floating, and while yes, the house is unattended, it could have been a dust bunny. However, though, we were walking all throughout that house and the camera didn't really pick up on any other dust. And I find it a very strange coincidence that it appeared on camera right when the meter went off, especially over by that toy train. And it appeared and then disappeared rather quickly. So it's pretty safe to say that it was probably Georgie. Okay, so we have very little information on Alan and absolutely no information on the man who lived there in the 1960s. However, there's definitely an evil presence lurking inside that house. And honestly, I think it's from the man who had hung himself in the basement in the 1960s. Because when we were down in that basement, something either slapped or scratched Jen, because she had marks all over her side as if someone or something had clawed her. And that meter did go off as we entered the basement and after when Jen was attacked. So this meter just went off.
It is right here.
I felt like I got bit by something, but there's nothing there.
Yeah, you got 2 scratches here and 2 right there. And now 3, and it's hot, like,
Really?
Oh,
hot,
shit.
yeah, I know, right? But it's like a handprint.
Yeah, you were slapped really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I wish I could
There
say
it is.
yes.
And that definitely wasn't little Georgie who did that. So this presence is obviously angry. Angry enough that he's making pictures fly off the wall. Which, by the way, my meter did go off over by those pictures when I was on the stairs. And that was after we heard the sounds of a rocking horse rocking back and forth on its own, coming from upstairs. So obviously little Georgie was playing on the horse. And after the incident, like I said, my meter went off. So someone was obviously there. So we were downstairs in the dining room, and we heard one of these rock. It was like a thump. You feel the vibration from a rocking on the floor. Oh my god, this meter's going off as I'm walking down the stairs. Okay, now this is interesting. As me, Seneca, and Dominic were leaving, if you remember correctly, I left my little digital recorder on the kitchen table, and it recorded sounds of some kind of thump noise coming from upstairs. and I went ahead and I enhanced the sound so that way we can hear it better. It almost sounds like the vibration of one of those horses rocking, or a young kid jumping off the horse and onto the floor. And there was nobody else in the house. We were the last ones to leave. So honestly, Georgie probably just wants his privacy while he plays. I mean, as sad as it is, he's probably scared. To us, we're the intruders. He doesn't know who we are. Just like over at the Murdoch and Whitney house, he's peeping his head out, wondering who these intruders are in his home. So Georgie's presence is still at the Isaac Morse house. I mean, he's harmless. He's attached to all the toys. He's just having fun. However, there's something more sinister going on with this house. This man is obviously angry. He doesn't like intruders. He probably doesn't like all the upgrades. So, unless a priest comes down to bless the home, this evil presence will always be, unfortunately, attached to this house.